This is the No Focus Radio Hour. Comedy and insight from the greatest minds in Fresno. A Lightomine Media production.
That's right. This is the No Focus Radio Hour, the #1 independent podcast in the Central Valley. Thank you for listening, and thank you for telling a friend. The No Focus Radio Hour is available anywhere podcasts can be found, including Audible, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, YouTube, and your home smart speakers. Remember to subscribe and to leave a review. It helps others discover our show. And while you're reviewing, keep in mind that 5 stars is the correct number of stars. If you enjoy our show, please share it with your friends. But if you hate it, share it with your enemies. Check out our site, nofocusradio.com, to connect with us. Find us on social media. Our handle is at NoFocusRadio. The No Focus Radio Hour is a Lightomine Media production. Take it away.
I can't be with you, you know it's true. And you know just what I got to do. Gonna hit this ground running, running to my favorite podcast.
Where is that
Gonna
podcast?
hit the ground running,
Fresno.
running to the No Focus Radio Hour in Fresno.
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful. That's right. This is the No Focus Radio Hour, the #1 independent podcast in the Central Valley. It's made for those who live in the Central Valley, for those who miss the Central Valley, for those who long to live in the Central Valley, and for those who...
Entire day was ruined by a lightning strike in the mountains of the Central Valley.
Oh,
boy.
my goodness. As
Yep.
always, we have our beautiful cast of characters. We have with us, he's back in the studio. We've missed him. We've missed his sultry voice and those beautiful locks of hair.
Ooh, beautiful.
The
beautiful?
doorman.
What hairs I got left, you mean? The 5 hairs I got left? Yeah, it's good to be back. I got through my, my microplastic problem, so
Yeah?
I am here.
How'd that go?
I'm here. It was painful. Yeah.
Oh, goodness me.
It was, painful. So.
Yeah. We also have with us, you know him, his name is Marty Stupidasso.
Yeah, I got a pair of tweezers, and I pulled out all those microplastics for you, so I hope you appreciate that. But
Thank
I wore
you.
a doctor's mask, so it was official.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Nothing
Yes.
weird going on
Well,
here.
you are a preacher. You're a doctor too, right? And
Yeah, I do have a doctorate in divinity. Yes, so I'm a doctor.
there you go.
Hey.
You are a
Hey,
doctor.
congratulations.
Also
Yeah.
in metaphysics, whatever that is.
Yeah. Wow.
And also behind the boards, we have him. He doesn't have a K anymore. He is Johnny Knobs.
Hey-o!
Uh-oh.
Can you guys
What
hear
is
it?
that? Yeah.
This is live.
Oh, he's spinning the wheel
Here
of
we
prizes.
are, guys. Here we are, not live from the BrewFest.
Not
Very
live.
exciting, everybody.
Oh,
Thank
boy.
you for coming to the BrewFest, but we're not there.
Well, we're having
No.
805 Cervezas.
Yes, we are.
We're
Here we
having our
go.
own BrewFest.
Oh, it's good.
Hey, Max.
Go.
Why aren't we at the BrewFest?
We're celebrating the
Sorry, I
BrewFest.
gargled, and now it's
You don't gargle beer.
bubbling in my up my nose.
Oh, my gosh.
So yeah, guys, here's the thing. We were all supposed to be. Also, hi, welcome to the show, everybody.
Yes.
Happy to be here.
Welcome.
We were all supposed to be at the BrewFest. We actually, on the poster, it says we are. It's hosted by the No Focus Radio Hour.
Yes.
And we were super.
we are hosting
excited.
just remotely.
Yes. It was very exciting. I was pumped. I packed all of our gear
Yeah.
on Thursday night, and then I unpacked it all last night. So that was a bummer.
Because
Because there are a bunch of fires up there. Some pretty big ones. I don't know if you guys know about the fires, listeners out there. There's a couple of fires that started. The first one was called, they called it, at first it was called the Lightning Complex Fire. It has now been changed to the Flash Bolt Fire.
Whoa, nice name.
wonder why they
Yeah.
changed it.
I think Lightning Complex is a lot.
They were
Flash-
getting
Flash-
sued by
the
other
Flash
companies.
Fire, the
Bolt.
Bolt Fire sounds nice.
Yeah.
So that started up there.
How big is that one? I can't.
That one's pretty big. That one's growing. It's at let's see, the Flash Bolt Fire is at almost 10,000 acres.
Acres? Holy jeez.
And it's gotten bigger. That's hasn't been updated for 16 hours.
Now, is that the one close to the Cat Haven?
It's very close to the Cat Haven. In fact, this is
Wow.
Squaw Valley. The Cat Haven is right here.
Yeah, we're looking at a map, folks,
Yeah.
for those of you
Oh
listening.
yeah, sorry.
So
I'll put
we're-
the
Wow.
link in the
Yeah,
show
it's
notes.
really close.
Link
And if
in
it gets
show
to the-
notes.
We're on a map. We're on an app called Watch Duty.
Yes.
Didn't you
That-
volunteer to take care of some tigers or lions over at your house?
Oh yeah, sure. Bring them over.
Yeah, that's not a bad
and bears
idea.
too. Lions and tigers and bears.
They
Oh
don't
my.
have bears. They're Cat Haven.
Oh.
Oh.
You have
Doggone
to-
it.
oh, there's probably a bear haven.
Yeah, maybe we can find a bear in the mountain somewhere.
The Bear Haven. That's actually
The Bear Haven.
that's perfect.
Let's not get into that one.
I'm just saying, for June, there's a Bear Haven. Anyways, I'm moving on. So goodness. We're already getting okay. So anyways, the fires. There's the Bolt fire slash the flash fire that's been started up near Squaw Valley.
How close? Seriously though, how close is that to the cat?
It's a couple miles.
Cat
It's
Haven?
very close.
Holy
Very close.
jeez.
They say that they have it at a break right now, but we're not sure.
But it's not even contained. I mean, nothing's contained, right?
Well, they say it's 30% contained at this point.
Okay.
So we'll see, though, but it's not great. And as you can, if you're looking at the map here, not too far off from that, actually, is another fire called the Basin Fire, which started at like 500 acres.
Yeah.
And then overnight it grew to like 5,000, and now it's at 7,000.
Oh, wait.
7,500, I think.
Yeah,
Jeez.
but honestly,
Wow.
it hasn't been updated for the containment amount hasn't been updated, so I don't know if they're working on it or not. However, our family cabin is in the mandatory evac zone, which isn't great. I'm not terribly happy.
Which is
about
around
that.
Dinky.
Yes, it's right
Dinky
around
area,
Dinky.
yeah.
So we are in that area. I don't love that.
Oh, man.
And then just less than 5 miles away from that is Shaver Lake. And less than 5 miles is actually the location of the BrewFest. So, having contacts and having gone up to the Dinky area and seen the thousands of campers and RVs trying to get out, and they're all going down the 168, I had to make a decision, and I said, you know what? It's not worth me getting stuck up there with having a baby at home and everything else. So
he didn't care about us. It was just
I know,
it was
it's
all
just
about
like,
himself.
I'm surprised he didn't send us.
Yeah, he should have sent us. Hey, you guys go up there. I'll meet you later on.
Guys, I have some bad news. I have an Uber coming for you.
Oh, is that?
In like 20
okay.
minutes, they're picking you up to go. So we ended up not going. And honestly, I was pretty sure that the BrewFest was going to be canceled. I'm actually I don't know if it still is or not, because having talked to some people up there, they were like, don't go. Everybody said don't go. So I'm not sure if they're canceling or what's going on, but we're not there, sadly.
Well, and we talked about with the Creek Fire. I mean, that thing got out of hand real quick.
Happens very fast.
And there's people that did get stranded up there. So I mean, things can happen. And I think you made the right call. I mean, I think we all would have been kind of leery of going up there. With this situation, and plus we want to keep the roads open too for people are evacuating.
100%.
That's going to be bad enough, and then you also have all the emergency vehicles that are probably
Going
flying
up
all
and
over the
down.
place, up and
Exactly.
down all over.
You're gonna have
And
fire trucks, everybody
you
flying up and down
don't need
that road.
more. Yeah, you don't need more people on the road just for safety reasons. We thought so. It's like, why add to that?
100%.
And that was another reason, of course, and just to be safe in general. So that we made that call. But
it's a good call. And also, I thought through like all of us. I said, I have kids. Marty has to drive to like LA tonight. I was like, the last thing I want Marty to do is be stuck up there as his daughter's waiting for him. And I'm like, there's so many things that we just couldn't risk as ourselves.
we couldn't control. We can't
couldn't
control. There's a
control.
lot of variables that we just can't control. So.
Eric's totally expendable, but me and Max had things
we had too
going
many
on.
things happening.
Well, I still dealing with microplastics, so
Well, that's the other thing.
I'm expendable.
Well, you're lucky because you have the microplastics. They don't catch fire; they just melt.
Well, they just
So
melt. I'll
you'd
just be a
you can
melted
just
goo.
Reform
You just melt that stuff out.
Yeah. So,
gotta be
anyways,
pleasant.
that's why we're not
so
there.
it's too bad. We're gonna miss it. We're gonna miss it.
because we had such a good time, and I was super excited. I actually had I had to call some people and say, hey, just so you know, if you do go up, there's tickets waiting for you, but I won't be there. So
Wow.
So we had some people coming up there. So anyways,
Well,
that's
we don't
kind of a
even know,
bummer.
and the thing too is we don't even know if because we just don't know if like vendors are gonna maybe they're gonna cancel too because
Right.
same safety concerns. We just don't know what
don't know.
the situation is. It's very up in the air with everything. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's actually a good title. Episode 200, Up in the Air.
Yeah. Oh wow.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Also, big news, guys. I don't know if you know this. I'm just going to tell you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's our 200th show.
Oh,
It's episode
200.
Don's not here.
It's
Number 200.
Don missed our show.
100.
Don.
Don missed
You missed
episode
200.
200.
It's our bicentennial.
Hey, is this episode
He was
199?
at 199.
Bicentennial
No.
show.
No, it's not.
What is
it? It's 200.
Oh, it's 200.
200.
A million and a year.
100.
Double zero.
Ghost 100.
Oh, yeah.
200.
Yes.
Live from our studio, not at the BrewFest. It's the No Focus Radio Hour.
Woo, hear the crowd.
We love you guys. Big day for the show.
It's really sad because you did want to celebrate the 200 show up at the
gonna be
BrewFest,
big, man.
Yeah,
It was gonna be episode
so we have to do it in
200.
studio. We're here. We're still here.
Yes.
We're
grinding
drinking beer.
it out.
We're grinding it out.
Drinking beer.
Yes. We're having our own BrewFest.
Yeah.
With,
representing.
Yes, we have
Our sponsor.
future sponsor, Firestone Walker Brewing Company.
Firestone is at the BrewFest, or they're supposed to be.
Yeah, what are you drinking there? You drinking
I'm
one
drinking
too?
805 Cerveza brewed with lime. It's delicious.
Does it really have lime flavor in
It
there?
says brewed with lime.
You know, it doesn't.
Wow.
I don't
But it's
really-
not overpowering.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's a fantastic blend. I'm thinking about having another because I
Yeah,
got to drive
probably
to San
should.
Bernardino.
Yeah,
Where's
I'm
the salt?
actually.
You got the
if you
salt
guys
in
want to
there?
go to the show notes, there's a
Yes.
link to our future sponsor. I don't know if you've heard about them, Firestone Walker. Do you guys know them, listeners out there?
They're fantastic.
You guys ever heard about Firestone
yeah,
Walker?
805.
I don't know if you know about them. They're from the Walker family and the
Yeah.
Firestone family of the tire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
Firestone.
The tire
Yeah,
Firestone.
They're the tire
Yeah.
family.
And they got tired of making tires. And they go, let's do something different.
Skinwalker Ranch. Are they
Originally,
walkers from
funny
the...
thing about 805 is they had some other name up to their beer. I forgot what it was. But then it didn't do anything. Then they used the area code 805 and it brand took off.
Is that it?
Yes.
805?
Is
yeah.
the 805 the area code? That's
the area
interesting.
code,
Did
yep.
not know that.
Yeah, I thought it was a freeway.
Really?
No, I don't know. I just made that up.
I thought they just made it up too.
I
with the
figured it was
805.
something. I didn't know it was an area code. I
Area
figured
code.
it was something. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we would do the 559. It used to be 209. But
Yeah.
They do have some beer called 559, don't they? Didn't they?
Yeah, there's a
so,
559
yeah. It's
brewery.
copycats.
They're not a future sponsor of the show.
No?
No, I'm not a big fan of their
I like
beer.
Full
Doggone
Circle.
it.
was-
Yeah, Full Circle. They were a sponsor of the show.
Yeah, we had Brandon on. That was a fantastic
That was
episode. We
cool.
did
That's
it from
right.
a vat.
We did it live from a beer vat.
Beer
That was
vat.
And it was
incredible.
awesome because we were drinking that beer for a while.
I know.
Because what
Yeah.
happened was they couldn't use it because we were in it. So they had
Oh,
to
yeah.
they had to bottle it
Well, they couldn't get us out. The only option was to drink.
to
Yeah,
drink.
They had to drink to get out.
And they
Yeah.
filled up all the extra beer, bottled it for us, and we were drinking it for like
And
months.
it tasted
Yeah.
a lot like Eric's toes, but
Yeah.
don't ask-
It had a
don't ask how I
slight
know.
plastic flavor.
Well, that might have been where I got my microplastics.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Took us forever to clean that vat.
Okay, guys, here's some big one. I know I was at work the other day, and this was kind of funny. Everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, it's going to be 121 degrees."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
"Guys, that's not gonna happen. Like, that's obviously
Not
in here."
conducive to
I
life.
heard it first from a friend of the show, Marty Stupidasso.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's me.
there he is. Speaking of which, it's time for Marty tells us that the temperature is not 120 degrees.
Funny thing is, when I got on my Apple phone, I looked for the temperature because I'm doing stuff this couple of weeks, and in the forecast, one of the days said 120 degrees,
Holy smokes!
and we were all freaking out, going, "We don't want to be out in 120 degrees." But after doing some investigation, realized it was a funny error, and Apple did it again. They messed up and put down the temperature is wrong.
Wow.
At least they didn't say there was going to be a nuclear strike like they did in Hawaii that one time.
Was that Apple?
No, that wasn't Apple. That was someone else.
Oh,
but
okay.
anyways, yeah. So
Probably.
so don't ever trust Apple.
Ever.
Weather.
Oh, come
ever.
on. I had this argument with my wife because she loves Apple products. She loves her
I used
iPhone,
to,
all
yeah.
that stuff. And then she's all like, "I can't believe the weather app is terrible." And I'm like, "No, honestly, they've actually been pretty good. I mean, I follow them. I have iPhone, and they seem to be pretty right on. And yeah, okay, one little glitch.
The
Come on.
problem is Tim Cook is not a meteorologist.
Right.
If
but
he goes to school, maybe
Well,
he'd be able to figure this out.
like Kevin Musso. Oh God. I hate
yeah, yeah, friend of the show.
Okay, well, I don't know what's going on there.
him. I don't like Kevin Musso. Oh my God. He's
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Anyways. He's
Yeah, why
smug.
aren't you're not a big fan of that guy, huh?
He's just smug.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not as bad as since he got his glasses LASIKed or whatever. He got rid of his glasses, but he's still smug.
Yeah.
But okay, so anyway, back to the Apple
Oh yeah.
thing.
Anyways, yeah. So it was reporting the wrong temperature. It was like 100.
It was 121, but it was supposed to be 112, I think. So it was probably somebody
Right, it was-
somebody typed the wrong.
Yeah.
They just typed the wrong temperature in
Do
there.
you think there's somebody actually typing those up?
I
Yeah,
don't
they've
know.
had it as 121 on Saturday. Not this Saturday. Next.
Yeah.
What day is it?
Yeah, next Saturday. This would be after
Yeah, yeah.
4th of July.
Right.
Saturday.
So, yeah. So it's but it's only going to be about 110, which is hot.
That's pretty warm.
So we dropped it by 11 degrees, which is
It was funny when my wife told me, she goes, "Oh my gosh, they're saying it's going to be
It's never
121 next
been
week,"
that
and I was
much,
just like,
yeah.
"Okay."
Unless
So
you're
it fazed
Mojave.
me. I'm like, "Yeah, once it gets past 110, I don't know. Who knows?"
So that's being said, City of Fresno has posted on X that
Yes.
we're going to have the cooling centers are going to be open when the temperatures reach 105 degrees or higher. There will be a couple of cooling centers open, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. We'll have one at the Maxie L. Parks Community Center. It's named after me, obviously.
Oh,
Maxie.
The Musquata Community Center off of Butler, and the Ted C. Wills Community Center off of San Pablo. I have that in the show notes.
Okay.
But what my favorite thing about, I want you guys to take a look at this picture. It's in the show notes.
Yes.
You guys tell me what's weird about this. It says Fax will provide free rides to and from the centers.
Okay.
And then there's seating and cool water available.
They have a cage.
Yes,
A picture
you
of a
nailed it.
cage.
They mentioned nothing about pets, but they have cages.
I-
Well, if you put them in the cages, you won't bother each
I
other.
thought it was
guess.
interesting to be like, guys, the
Like
seating.
a dog cage.
Where's the water?
Well, I thought the seating was interesting. Like,
Yeah.
come on in and we'll stick you in a cage.
And
Yeah.
that way you won't
What
bother
do you
people.
think is happening in that
There are a lot
picture?
of crackheads
I don't
out
know.
there.
I was very confused about this photo.
Okay.
The
Huh.
seating, and it's a cage.
Dog cage.
Yeah.
Pet cage.
It looks
yeah.
like a crate. Yeah, dog crate.
It reminds me of Who Built the Cages, Joe. Remember that one?
Oh,
That was
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
just come on in. We'll stick your kids in a cage.
Yeah.
That's a very, who put this together? It's very
I don't.
odd.
I can't imagine
They mentioned nothing about pets.
nothing. And are the cooling centers?
yeah, they
thought,
should. They should.
I thought the cooling centers were pools. They're just rooms with tables. is what it
Yeah,
seems
it's just
like.
that I guess if
sit there and
your
play
air
cards.
You don't have air.
doesn't
yeah,
work
yeah,
or don't
yeah.
have air
Can't
or-
afford it. Yeah.
I saw the funniest thing. So we have in my area, we have a homeless guy, right? We've all kind of accepted him. He doesn't camp in one place. He gets on a bike and rides around town. I don't know where he goes at night, but he's always on a bike. So one time I'm shopping at a grocery store and I'm walking out and I see him walk in with a blind man's cane, kind of like looking around like he can't see,
Oh.
eating some nuts, and he wants to keep cool, so he's standing by the entrance,
There you
know.
go.
Okay.
And so he's just standing there looking, like he's blind. And I saw him, I recognize him. I go, oh my God, that is hilarious. I go, okay, well, maybe something happened to his eyes. So I
Yeah.
went out, and off to the left was his bicycle. So
Yeah.
he
Oh,
uses his
So he's
cane
riding
as
his
a
bike?
prop to go
Yeah.
into the stores and not be
That's
bothered.
smart. Good for him.
Yeah.
So I'm going, okay, that's genius.
You know, that would actually be a great security guard thing, like undercover. Like
Oh,
if
yeah,
you
pretend like
instead of
you're
having a
blind.
security guard there, you just have the guy with the cane, and then when somebody's stealing something, you just trip him with
Yeah.
the cane or something.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like a Bo Peep cane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have here's a fun one. Let's do this. If you were a homeless person,
Yes.
what are some ideas for where you would stay cool outside of cooling centers? I like that one. Grocery store.
I would just use people's pools.
See, when I was
go
a
swim.
funeral
Just go
director,
jumping in backyards.
Because they're at work.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. Okay.
I'm sure
when
they
I
don't
was
have
a funeral
dog.
director, I used to go to a lot of places, and I would always think, if I were homeless, where would I sleep?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, if you go into a building, they have the stairwell out, and behind the stairwell is absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
It's just a blank space. So you can go in there. If you go in there at a certain time, sneak in there, and you stay in that area, you could probably sleep the entire night in an air-conditioned building.
Okay, I like that.
Oh,
so
okay.
You're
saying
behind
inside-
stairwells.
Yeah, behind
Inside the
stairwells.
building, though, right? You're saying inside the
Yeah,
building?
they're inside the building. They're
Yeah.
air-conditioned, too.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, man, that would be
There might be some areas too where you could because concrete absorbs like heat and
And
cool.
cool.
So
Yeah.
if you can get it in the morning or get it more and more in a shaded spot like you were talking about, but that's away from the sun, you might kind of be able to stay cool there.
Yeah.
It cracks me up when you see these people with their tents and they're like right out in the blazing heat. You see
Right.
this tent right there on the
Right.
sidewalk. I'm like, wait, what's going on here?
Or they try to hide it in the bushes, their tent, but then they have
Right.
a trail of trash that they've thrown out that leads up to their tent. So you
Right.
can
Oh no, I saw a guy he had a tent right on the sidewalk, like right in the blazing sun, one of
Didn't
these
matter.
little tents, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah,
in the middle of the heat. I mean, in the middle of the day, it's
Not
heat. I'm like,
smart.
what's
They-
going on?
They do that by Kern Street. They camp on the sidewalk, and I thought that is the worst place possible
Yeah.
because of all
Yeah.
the heat.
I would think something like Sierra Vista Mall. I'd go in.
Okay.
There's so many empty buildings. I
Yeah.
would just go down one of those like little corridors somewhere,
Yeah.
and I would just find a spot in the mall and be like, nobody's gonna check that mall.
Yeah.
And I could sleep in a place like that.
Yeah, like especially in those big open areas where they do the shows, they rehearse the shows.
Yeah.
You can just go in there, nobody's rehearsing
Nobody's
nothing.
rehearsing. I just get into one of those places, I think.
And then if somebody comes in and says, "Oh, I'm waiting for rehearsal."
Right.
Yeah.
The other thing I thought about doing if I was homeless,
I'm doing the Music Man right now, so I'm
perfect,
waiting for-
is finding a place that's open 24/7. So like a hospital. I would go into a hospital and go sit in
Okay.
like a waiting chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of times they'd probably
They're
get
savvy
you
to
out.
that, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
they
not
would.
if you like walk around every once in a while. Maybe like go inside one of the bathrooms and close the door. Everybody's just gonna assume you're,
See, also, the thing is, if you don't
Bathroom in the
smell-
hospital, you know?
If you don't smell too bad, you don't look too shabby, and you're not bothering people, they'll leave you alone a lot of times.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, some homeless people have other problems that don't allow them to be that way.
Yeah.
Like the guy that literally crossed the street the other day. I'm going down Herndon. We have a green light, and this guy's crossing the street.
Oh, yep.
And he's doing the whole rock back and forth. So he doesn't just cross the street, or he's not running across the street. He's just walking casually, and people are literally, it almost caused, a huge pile up. People are literally trying to avoid this guy. And then he's like, he'll walk forward, then he walks back, and you don't know what the heck. I almost hit the guy.
Right.
I'm like, oh my gosh. So what you're talking about, Stu. Yeah, these people that have other issues.
I like the people who have animated conversations with themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Those are good. I'm convinced.
God.
I'm convinced they're possessed. Is my
That's a good theory.
yeah.
He might be.
So that's why you carry a squirt gun with holy water?
I carry mace.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, and a 38 special.
a gun.
Yeah.
I got a gun and some.
So that's what I would carry. That's what I would do. I think a hospital bathroom is that's one of my top ones.
Maybe we should have the people. Where
Chime in.
Yeah, chime in. Discord. Where are we at? Discord.
Yeah.
X, what are we doing here?
A lot of things, but I've actually been thinking.
You should do a poll. It'd be nice if we had
a poll for a while.
Yeah, let's do it in tribute to Don Schlick's not being here for the 200th episode. We
Hey,
should
speaking
do
of, where's Don Schlick?
Who's Don?
Where's he at?
Where's Don Schlick?
He's the big guy.
Mr. Don.
Hey, Don Schlick
With the long
I miss you,
pole.
Don.
Hey, who's Don?
Oh,
He's
Don.
gone.
Hey, is this episode
Don is
200?
gone.
Without Don.
Don.
Episode 200 without Don
200.
Schlick.
Without
Hey,
Don. Don is gone. You know what? We should do a Don Schlicks poll in honor of Don Schlicks for the 200th episode. Where would you stay, folks?
Yeah.
If Don Schlitz were homeless,
if you were
where
homeless.
should he stay? Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Let's do a quick one. We're just gonna quickly do 4th of July events. We're gonna run through a couple of these because then we want to get into some big news that we talked about.
Okay.
We have some time. We're doing pretty good actually on time here. Okay, really quick. Let's do this story about Fresno, which is one of those things. One of those things that just makes me angry, as always.
I posted this to make you angry.
Yeah, and it just infuriates me. The city of Fresno to increase waste collection fees. We'll see annual hikes until 2029.
And look how much they're increasing them. Look what the percentage is in
ins-
2029. It's like 100 and something percent. Where is it in this story?
Holy
This might be a different article. Sorry, let me grab your article.
Is that a different article?
I had
No.
actually
Oh, that's the one you
grabbed-
posted?
Yeah, here we go.
This is from the San Joaquin Valley Sun.
Here we go. Let's see.
San Joaquin Valley Sun. That's not a paper. It's a website.
That's a paper.
It's a paper. It's a legitimate paper,
They have
yeah.
a paper?
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
the sun rising, man, right here on the side.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you don't know about
They're
that?
pretty awesome.
Really?
Oh, sorry. I said 100 and some percent.
114%.
114% over 5-year period by raising by 19 to a total of 41,
But I
21.
am crazy though.
On top of what you pay.
this is really far away though. 209.
Here we go. Did Apple do this one?
Apple
did
did it.
Apple do this story?
There's just
Come
a
on,
typo.
San
There's a
Joaquin
little
Valley
typo
Sun.
there.
In
Little typo.
2029.
Yeah.
This is what makes me angry. Do you guys know about the protest cards that happened? I'm going to tell you the story
Yes.
about this.
Yes, I filled it out.
Me too. This is what infuriates me. The way they did this was this. They said, instead of you voting to do it, we are going to do it unless we
You
get
send in the protest card.
58,480
And
protest cards.
of course, in this day and age of voting and
Right.
there's never any fraud. Not
Right.
that I'm saying there is.
But do you know what happened with the protest cards? Do you know what happened here? They sent them all out.
Yes.
I filled mine out.
Yes.
And I shipped it in.
Yes.
And then, do you know this story? Then the city of Fresno said, "Oh, oops, we forgot to send them to a district."
Okay.
So instead of then just sending it to the district, they threw all the other ones away, and they redid the protest.
that's why I got two. That's why I got two of them.
So you got the second one. So this is what happened. Everybody who received a second one said, "Oh, I already did this," and they didn't submit it again.
You know what? I submitted twice. I said, screw that. I didn't know this was going on, but I went ahead and just did it.
But imagine what happened. So imagine they probably got 100,000 of these things, because who wouldn't be like, yeah, I don't want to be paying 4 times as much. And then they said, oh, oops. Instead of just sending the card out, they threw all the original ones away and then resubmitted them, and then didn't tell you. You had to find it. You just got a second one in the mail. And so the majority of people were like, I already submitted this.
We made a mistake. Oopsie.
And we were short by only 8,000.
Oh, bullshit.
And now
Sorry. Bull poo poo.
Can you
I
imagine?
can't say that on the
oops,
show.
here, we'll do a little cover it up. There we go.
Bull poo poo.
Can you imagine that? Like,
Yeah,
you don't have to imagine it. It's real.
that stuff makes me so freaking angry, man.
because they wanted to raise them anyway. And here's what I thought: when they sent out the protest cards, I thought immediately, I go, I went ahead and filled it out, but I thought it was, why am I doing this? Because they're gonna find a way to raise it anyway.
Yep.
Because that's
And
what they
did.
always do.
What happened was they threw away your original card and then submitted them
So
again.
so let me ask you this, Max: they're gonna raise the price.
Yeah.
Are they going to give us any better service?
Negative. Probably worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have right now. I don't know what is wrong with their truck, one of their trucks or whatever, but they go, when I'm walking my dog on the street, after the trash guy comes by, there is glass all over.
Everywhere.
Glass, not other trash, just glass, broken glass all over the place. So are they going to send out a truck now with that extra money to come and clean all that
Well,
up?
this is what I would like to happen, is whatever truck comes by my house, they squeeze my trash can so much that all 3 of mine are broken.
Oh, yeah.
They're completely busted. The bottom is...
Oh, mine were too. Yeah, I had to
requested
get new
new
ones.
ones.
Yes.
I got new ones maybe 6 months ago. Have you seen mine off the side of our house?
No, are they all...
They're cracked again. The lids are off. The bottoms are broken. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Are you like walking by and just smashing them?
Wow.
I don't know what's going on, but I'll tell you what's not going to happen.
Well, the problem is that causes a problem for your house, because then you get all kinds of ants and other bugs and all kinds of stuff in there.
I have to spray all my crap off all the time because the bottom is just leaking everywhere.
I live in Clovis, so I have no complaints.
Damn it.
I know, right?
What are you paying for trash in Clovis, though?
No, my wife
Probably less
pays
than this crap.
Maybe. Yeah, this ticked me off so bad. I could not believe that they're... I mean, I could, because I knew they were going to do it. But by, what was it, 117%?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? In this day and age when people can't even afford gas
afford anything.
and groceries...
No.
And then we've got a mayor flying all over doing a worldwide tour.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing. He's not in Fresno anymore.
Jerry?
Yes, he's all over the world doing. He's looking at, I got to look at other cities and see how the
Yep.
mayors do it in other countries. And yet, we're paying for all that, and yet they want to go. Oh, I'm so tired of the people not being able to control budgets.
It's insane to me.
It's ridiculous and irresponsible.
And the thing that happens, people are like, oh, it's not that bad. I'm like, we have printed 85% now. I think that's more. I think last time I saw 86% of all money, all U.S. dollars ever printed in the last 3 years.
Wow.
Think about that.
Yeah, because everything's so expensive.
Think about how insane that is.
Well, the inflation that causes.
It's going to be, when it all hits, it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be bad. Also, people don't understand inflation, which drives me nuts. Oh, well, it's down. Like, you guys don't understand what inflation is. It's the best way to explain it. It's like, side note, I'm going to explain inflation.
Okay, side note, I'm going to grab another beer.
I love
before you
these.
do.
If inflation
It's a
is,
episode.
do you guys know how inflation works? Let me explain to you, listeners out
Explain it to me in case I don't
there. Okay,
know.
so let's say, people say, okay, inflation is at 4%. And then the next year, they're like, it's only at 3%. It went down. That's not how this works. It's like weight. Let's say you gained 4 pounds year one.
Okay.
And then the next year, you only gained 3 pounds. You're still up 7 pounds.
Yeah.
That's how inflation works.
Yeah.
So when it was 7% and then 8% and then 9%, and then now it's at 5%, it's gone down. I'm like, no. You have to add up all those percentages. We're still increasing over and over and over. So overall inflation is massive.
Well,
That's what people don't get. Like, it's down to only 3-point-something%. I'm like, but it was 9%. You still gained 3 pounds.
Let me ask you this. I'm putting you on the spot here, but they say I've heard all the experts say that no, but wait, inflation is transitory. Now, what does transitory mean as far as inflation? Because they like to throw that around a lot.
Yeah, transitory inflation means it's only part-time. It does not remain high permanently. That's what it is.
Okay.
So the idea is that it's only up for a little bit, but it's going to go down.
It never goes down.
It never
does.
You would have to get negative inflation.
Right, because if you look at any catalogs or anything from like the 1970s, like action figures were like $2, and now they're like 20 to 30. And it's never come down.
No.
All the prices that they have on these old catalogs remained high and have
Right.
gone even higher.
Yeah, so transitory inflation in theory is part-time inflation. It would be like this. Go back to the weight thing. You're gaining 4 pounds, 4 pounds, 4 pounds every year. And
Okay.
then 1 year you gain 10 pounds.
Okay.
And they go, it's fine. That's transitory. Next year, it's not going to be 10 pounds. So the next year, you
gonna
gain
go back
8
to 4.
pounds. And they go, see? It wasn't 10 pounds.
But in the meantime, that would be, 16, 26, 27,
Exactly.
28, 29, 30 pounds total.
You're still gaining the weight.
Yeah.
That's what's happening with inflation. Like, people don't understand. When it goes down to 2, it's like, oh, yay. But guess all the previous inflation is still there. You have to get negative inflation in order. You have to control your budget and stop printing money in order to actually reduce it.
The only way that would happen is if there was a collapse of the economic system. Would that be?
Or everybody started using cryptocurrency or something like that,
Or some other currency,
Yeah. Which is going to happen. The dollar, nobody respects the dollar.
Nope.
I don't know if you guys know this. When other countries borrow the dollar to use it as like their stable currency, we charge them a fee.
Oh.
There's like a
Does the U.S. or does the Federal Reserve charge it?
Federal Reserve, which essentially is the U.S. Let's think about it.
Okay.
So we have increased that. It used to be like a 2%. So countries used to be fine with that. Mm-hmm. In order to try to control everything, we just increased it, I think, to like 5%. So a lot of countries are just like, well, screw it. We're just not going to use the dollar anymore.
Which hurts us.
Which very much hurts us because we're no longer a stable currency.
Yeah.
So that's another thing.
And then that leads to world wars.
Nobody's buying our bonds anymore. Nobody's buying our debt. So anyways, because you're willing to buy the U.S. debt at a certain amount if you're getting more than the percentage you're getting charged. But not anymore. So anyways, it's bad. Cool. So anyways.
So going back to the
Start a garden.
gold-plated...
Buy your ammo.
gold-plated trash cans that they're going to get with this fee. I mean, the thing is that, it's one thing. I understand that, yes, fees do go up over time. The problem is that you can never trust anybody to do these budgets. That's the problem anymore. Things are just out of control.
Out of control.
They're out of control. I mean, you have, this goes up, then that goes up. Gas is up. Groceries are up. Everything, like you're talking about, everything compounds, added on top of each other.
Did you know? Watch this. I'm going to show you something.
Oh, no.
I don't know anything.
I was feeling pretty good till I came in here.
Is he going to ruin my day? I got a long drive ahead of me. I don't want to contemplate some weirdness on the way.
This is our 200th Bring You Down episode.
Here it is. I'm about to blow your mind. Did you know that while you're sleeping?
Yes.
While you're sleeping, our debt increases $8.5 billion.
$8.5 billion.
Our debt is
guys,
increasing.
No more sleeping. Don't sleep.
Wow.
We can't.
Our U.S. national debt is rising $1 trillion every 100 days. $1 trillion. Up until 2021, I believe it was, the national debt was $4 trillion. Think about that.
And now it's rising
$1 trillion every 100 days.
Well, no wonder they have to raise the trash fees.
Do you guys understand how insane that is?
The trillion's a lot.
Like we're never going. Did you know that the amount of money that we pay in our debt fees is more than our entire defense budget every year?
But that's the thing. People have been talking about this for years, and that even back then when it was billions, right? I mean, it's
and now $1 billion. Send that to Ukraine.
Nothing. Exactly. A couple billion doesn't matter. Right.
What as far as the money system, well, just
before
like you're saying,
2023, it would move $1 trillion every 8 months. That was already, they said that was the worst it had ever been. Now it's every 100 days.
So what's the end game? Because you
I was
cannot
getting to
pay
that.
this off. You can't pay it off. What's the end game? Because there's no way you're going to
Crash
go,
it.
oh, hey, guess what? We got the money, we got a loan from Guido. We're going to pay it all off.
All right.
they have to crash it and reset it.
Well, that's what they do.
basically, yeah.
We've talked about this before. It's going to be federalized digital currency, right? Like,
Right.
so they're going to.
Like we're almost already at.
Yeah,
with
they've
the
already
cards.
talked about it.
Yeah.
All your money turns into digital currency, and then they've already. It's openly out there. You can read the white papers. We posted it in the show notes before. I'll find it again, and they'll say, okay, every $1 for you, Eric, you're in a good place. It's going to transfer to only 60% of what you currently have. Other people, they want it to be equal.
I hate this.
Other people who have $1, we'll give them 140% per dollar. So we're all just going to be equal. They're going to wipe out all the debt because we're going to have a new national digital currency. That's how they're going to do it.
Let me ask you a question. Our current president says that if he wants to be put back in office because he wants to tax the billionaires and trillionaires.
Oh my God, that was the funniest thing.
Sorry, I had to lead into that, but yeah. So that's not all going to work, huh? We can't just tax trillionaires and billionaires.
Did you listen to that clip? He said we're going to tax the what did he say? 1,000
Are you ready to get into
billionaires.
this?
He said we're going to tax like 1,000 billionaires, and he said we're going to raise it from 8% to 24%.
We said we had 1,000 trillionaires.
Yeah,
didn't
but then
he
he changed it.
Yeah.
Then he said we're going to tax them, and you know what he said? He said that over the next 10 years, that's going to raise $500 billion.
Wow.
And then he said that's going to solve all of our problems. We're going to solve Medicare.
That's going to solve all our problems.
500. Listen to that. Listen to what I just said. I want everybody out there to listen to how stupid this is. He said we're going to take people and we're going to tax them so much that over 10 years, we're going to raise $500 billion. Now, let me
And
go
in
back
100
here.
days,
Every 100 days,
we get
$1 trillion in debt. That's not even our spending.
Yeah.
That's our debt. Can you think about how stupid that is? So
Yeah.
what he's going to do is he's going to drive the richest people in America
Out of America.
out of America. Because why would you? You'd be like,
Offshore accounts.
screw that. I'll go to Poland. I'll go anywhere. Why not? They have that much money. It's not a problem for them. They're going to take all their money and leave. They're going to move all their businesses overseas. And meanwhile, we're going to raise $0 and we're going to be even more debt. That's his plan. That's the guy's
and weak,
plan.
and probably up for invasion at this point.
And it's like California saying, "Oh, we'll solve all our problems by taxing businesses." All the businesses left.
We're all gone. They're gone.
Didn't Google just leave recently?
Everybody's gone, dude. Everybody's
Now
gone.
we're just left with the homeless people in San Francisco.
California
and
is a
everywhere
frickin'
Ghost
night.
town.
It's a ghost town for business.
When are we leaving?
Dude, as soon as we can find a place with a studio that we can all move to.
Where's the compound going to be at?
Also, I'm just so you guys understand, the FederalReserve.gov now, remember when we talked about the CBDCs, central bank digital currencies? It was like a year ago I brought it up.
Yeah.
CBD.
At that point, people were like, "Oh, that's so stupid, Max. That's not going to happen." I think even people on the show were like,
I would
"That's
never say that to you, Max.
that's not gonna
It wasn't
happen.
me.
The
Yeah, it wasn't me either.
FederalReserve.gov
It was Eric.
website now has a whole link about the CBDCs."
I think he was talking to the people in his head.
It was Don. That's why he's not here. He's missing.
they literally
I'm sorry,
have a
what-
thing
what-
about it.
What was that? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying that we're screwed.
So the CBDC is going to do what? Make or take away our currency and make it so it's adjustable to your income.
Bingo.
and your social
That's
score.
ridiculous.
And your social score, 100%.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
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 See, that's not.
What
Fair,
it is, it's a
obviously.
control. It's a control mechanism to make
100%.
sure that you stay in line. That's what it is. But
Like a lot of us are working our ass off to be where we are. And
How
some of us
central banks
aren't.
will use
Yeah.
digital cash to deliver universal basic income. Done. That's what's going to happen. Everybody is going to the optimal quantity of CBDC in a bank-based economy. Just type it in. Just like type it in. They have their own white papers on it. They're all talking about how it's going to happen.
Well, just like you say, I mean, what it translates to like us, right? Just people that are working every day, trying to have a little bit of some kind of a retirement
Not going to happen.
plan.
Yeah, because we were taught when we were young.
Yes.
You work hard and you will have a good life.
Save
you
up
just
your
put in the time.
money.
Yeah,
Don't
save.
be careful with your spending. Pay your bills. Don't get into debt.
Wait, you have savings? How dare you?
Do this and do
We're
that.
going to have to take that from you.
Yeah,
Because
well, that's what they'll do.
You are now privileged. You're not
Okay.
allowed to have that.
Well,
stuff.
think about
What's your credit
this.
score?
People that have worked for retirement, and they'll do the same thing with that. Like you're saying, they'll come and they'll say, like just what you said. You have this much in your retirement, but that's not really. There's other people that don't have as much as you, so we have to take and only give you 60% of that, and then that extra 40% we're going to turn around and give it to somebody else because they don't have it. They may not have the opportunities you had, which who
Right.
knows what that even means.
Which kills me, all these damn Gen Zers who say, "Oh, we didn't have the opportunities you had." I'm sorry, I had to work for my opportunities.
I didn't
Nothing was
have-
handed to me.
I didn't have the opportunities, and I've talked about it on the show. I don't have the opportunities my parents had,
Right.
With their money and how they were able to spend it and use it, and how much the value of the dollar was back then,
Yeah,
compared to what it
exactly. But
was
it's just,
now.
A lot of times they think everything was handed to us, and it was not. We had to work for it and work hard for it. And people just expect that they could walk out and just have money fall out of the trees. Because my daughter, she's probably listening. Shit.
Uh-oh.
Anyways, she will see what we have and wonder, why don't I have what they have? But we have spent a lot of time in game getting the stuff to be at this point, and she is just at a certain point in the game where she is just acquiring it, and she will build up to that point, but she's got to realize it's a long transit from where she is to where we are.
Also, that's not going to happen because they're not going to let us have them.
Max, don't tell her that. She's probably listening.
I'm just saying, buy that ammo.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? Okay,
Grow that garden.
Join a militia?
No, you'll sell your ammo later on. It's like the
okay,
guys
that
in the
makes sense.
70s who loaded up on cigarettes and made a bunch of money.
Oh, that's true. Huh?
Well, I go back to this all the time, and it is true. In the 70s, they had, and you remember this, Stu. They bartering was a big thing back then, and it was huge. I remember it was huge in California. I can't remember if it was across the nation at the time because of inflation, because of these problems that kind of what we're facing now, the debt, inflation. But yeah, bartering was a big thing. But of course, they always are able to kind of subvert these systems. Because they don't want them to take off.
Because we still use some bartering with certain things. Like my father-in-law has a beach house, so we'll say, "Hey, we'll give you so much time at the beach house if you do put in the tile in our house."
Right.
And so we barter that way. That way, everyone wins. But it's hard.
Yeah, and then eventually, though, when the government owns all the beach houses, then it's going to be different.
Yeah, because we're not supposed to have it because we're
100%.
privileged.
Climate change,
Yes.
they're going to capture them.
How dare you own property?
And my social credit score is not high because I'm not that social. So hey,
What they'll say is you can still live in it. You can still, but we're going to own it.
And you have to have 3 homeless people living in the basement.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, because you have too many rooms, 1 or 2 rooms that are not being used for what they think you should use them for.
That's perfect.
Oh, how did we get here?
Max,
ESG, a
as
corporate
always,
social credit
Max
system back
sent
to
us here.
Oh my God!
But you know what? Let's do this transition.
Let's go right into discussing our freedom.
Well, I was going to say, you know who can get us out of this? We watched a debate.
Arnold.
Oh wait, really quick. Let's do this.
Let's do the freedom thing.
Let's do the freedom thing. Let's talk about how we're celebrating our freedom the 4th of July. We're going to celebrate our freedom by buying safe and sane fireworks where they have limited what we can buy and what we can't buy.
Oh my gosh, don't get me started on that though.
Let's do it. Let's celebrate our freedom by not being able to buy Piccolo pizza anymore.
Yeah, my safe and boring fireworks.
Is that true? You can't buy them anymore?
No, they stopped making those as soon as they realized that kids can do cool things with them.
In California, if you go to Joplin, Missouri, or other places
they
that, they have firework warehouses full of the most explosive stuff.
Yeah, they sell dynamite. They basically just sell
basically,
dynamite.
Yeah, they still enjoy their freedoms. All right, here we go. I'm going to make this quick. It's the 4th of July. It's the day that we celebrate our
I think we're under
freedom,
attack.
we're under
We're
attack.
being under attack.
All right, celebrate America in
studio.
downtown
Last time we
Reedley.
got raided by the police. Jesus.
I'm actually probably going to be doing this one. It's on the 3rd, I believe.
Okay.
No, it actually says July 2nd.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to be going to this one on the 3rd, I believe.
Downtown Reedley in Pioneer Park.
Yeah, it's Pioneer Park.
Starting
the reason
at
I want to
6
do
p.m.
that one is because Reedley's nice and small.
Yeah.
So anywhere you park in town, you can see the fireworks show.
Really?
Oh, nice.
So if you want to get a good fireworks show, just go anywhere in Reedley because we're all dying. If you guys can hear that, it's the studio has a beautiful water system that's cleaning our water.
And it's gurgling like it's under attack. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
Anyway,
let's keep on
moving
going.
on,
Hope you don't, if you're looking for fireworks, Reedley's a great place because they're firing them all out of the high school, which is center of Reedley.
Okay.
So you can park pretty much anywhere and you'll get a great fireworks show.
Nice.
So that's the one we're going to go to. There's also in Kerman, for those of you who listen, our Kerman listeners, the American Spirit Fireworks Show. It's on July 3rd. Granite Park is going to be having one.
Oh, wow.
It's free to the public. So I don't know. They still get there and have live music, food, and drinks.
Is there anything still going on at Granite Park?
Apparently that probably makes me sad.
That's interesting.
Selma has a good one, too.
Oh, wow.
That one's actually not free. The other ones we've talked about are free. Kingsburg has a big one. That's actually another one that I've heard is really good. One thing I want you guys to remember is that even though the shows and all these events start at 6, fireworks usually don't start until 8:30 or 9.
Yeah.
So if you have little ones like
dark.
me, it's going to be we'll see how it goes.
And it's only supposed to be,
So watch them on television.
104 that day?
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
That's like the temperature.
Oh, wait, but I use the Apple app. Let me see if that's correct.
No.
Check it for real. Maybe 130.
Yeah, it's only going to be 100 and... who knows?
Grizzly
Fresno
Stadium,
Grizzlies.
yeah.
That's a good one. I've done that one a couple of times.
It's after the game.
Yeah. It's after the game. So the problem
111.
Or if you like taking a risk, you could stand out in
111.
Chinatown and watch them.
and watch them.
Outside of the stadium, you might get mugged.
Yeah,
but-
bring your mace and your 38.
You know what's sad? Yeah, we usually in the past have gone to the Fresno Grizzlies, and we love it because you do get the ball game. And
Yeah.
I will say it is fairly safe over
It's
there, or
fun.
has been
Yeah.
in the past.
during the games,
And-
yeah.
Yeah, if you're inside the stadium.
And then and then they have the cool fireworks show. So that
I
was
enjoy that one.
I do like that one.
I like that one. And just so late. So even with small kids, I'm not doing that.
Well,
one.
yeah.
Is Sanger having two? Because they're having the Sanger 4th of July spectacular.
Yes.
Because they were doing one on the 2nd.
On the
I think?
second night. Well,
Yeah.
it's Selma. I think you're talking about Selma.
Oh, Selma Sanger. Same place?
Yeah.
No, different. Okay, never
Different
mind.
place.
And then did you guys do Clovis already?
Yeah,
did we miss
Clovis
that?
Fest is coming as well. That's July 4th.
That's at
That's
Fowler
at La
Avenue.
Monica Stadium, Clovis
Yeah.
High.
Oh, Monica.
Yep. So those are the big
And that,
ones
so
happening.
a lot of them are around $5.
Yeah.
The seam and maybe $2 for kids.
Pretty
on that
cheap.
charge.
The
Celebrate
other
your
option,
freedom.
the other
Celebrate your
option
freedom
is
while
if you
have
just
some.
come to my neighborhood, there's a lot of people shooting illegal fireworks everywhere.
Oh, that's
Oh
perfect.
yeah. If you anywhere in Fresno.
yeah.
Or you can go
So-
to Pinedale, but you have to be careful when the bullets come down.
Yes, that's
If you
another-
guys, but let's just mention this real quick. If you guys want to see the list of the 4th of July events, I'm sure you'll have it in the show notes.
It's in
you
the
can
show
also,
notes already.
You can also visit Fresno. What was it? FresnoCounty.org.
Let's go to the show notes. No Focus Radio.
Yeah, go to the show
Go
notes.
there. That's where they are. Are we good? We're done celebrating the 4th.
I'm done.
I think so. Yeah.
Because
Are you
apparently-
guys okay? So you said you're probably going to go on the Relay. What about you, Stu? Any plans for the 4th?
No, see, I used to go to Missouri and launch fireworks, so the California fireworks are very disappointing to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't do them. So I'll probably just watch television.
Just watch TV.
What are you watching? Anything good?
Um,
Fireworks.
You watch the
No.
fireworks show on PBS or something?
Actually, the new what's it called?
Acolyte.
Oh no, I hate that show. Stupid. It's the Game of Thrones.
I will
one.
say, did you say
House
episode
of
5?
Dragons.
House of Dragons?
Oh yeah,
fantastic.
I haven't
House
watched
of
that
Dragons
yet.
is Great.
Did you see
should
episode
watch
5 of The Acolyte?
I
It
give
was
up
a-
on it
Did you? Because episode 5 was a little bit better, but
Is
I
it?
mean, it's not like
because I knew
it's
you,
not there.
you
but-
recommended the Hate Watch.
The Hate Watch is great.
Okay.
It's great. It's the
I'll do
best
the Hate
comedy.
Watch.
The Acolyte. Sorry, but
Okay.
it's Disney's Star Wars best comedy of
Probably
the year.
when I'm sitting in the Wigwam Hotel in Bakersfield, in the San Bernardino, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I think for me,
How'd you confuse Bakersfield with San Bernardino?
I don't know. I've just been drinking all these cervezas you've been handing me
Yeah,
since
yeah.
we're at the
Yeah.
BrewFest show.
we had a new puppy last year around Christmas. We got
You?
the puppy.
Was it a
so-
difficult birth?
Yeah, it was for me with the microplastics. It really
yeah.
really hurt.
These peanuts are great.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Sorry. Speaking of microplastics.
So for us, I think we're just staying home too this year. I don't think we can afford it. You can't even afford to go buy a box of these crappy fireworks.
so you go to
Expensive.
Reedley. Let's go to Reedley. Join me at Reedley.
No, but that's what I'm saying. We've got the puppy, and I don't want to take her all
Bring
the way
the
out
puppy.
there, and and all that kind of stuff. But I don't want to leave her alone either for that long in the house.
yes. Put
So-
her in the. Yeah, what kind of car do you have? You have a car?
Oh yeah, we got an SUV. Yeah, we could take her. I mean, I could
Put
take
the
her.
dog in the car.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just lock my dog in the house and put on music
yeah.
to Mozart.
Oh.
Or I'll start fireworks sounds.
But your
the day
dog is pretty
before.
well trained, right? Like we have her like house trained and stuff, but we can't leave her. We have to put her in a crate. We can't leave her in the house running around. She'd tear the whole house up.
Oh yeah, my
She'd tear it
dog's
down.
old now, so
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, really quick, let's
They
talk
need a
about
discipline.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is finally apologizing for saying "screw your freedom."
Yeah. So he came
Huh.
out. This story was
Took
from
him long enough. I've been sending him letters.
Yeah, the story's from Generational Iron, where I guess he had a tweet where he's finally saying that he went a little over the top saying that, and the question is do we forgive these guys that during the pandemic, do we forgive them for whatever they said? He
Sure.
says now he said he was a little emotional and because of the time and and he shouldn't have said it that way.
Well, that's the thing. He shouldn't have said it that way. Should have communicated better. So what
But
did you
do-
want to
but
say?
do you forgive him? I mean-
shall you screw your freedom? Did you want to say it nicer?
To me, screw your freedom is pretty straightforward. I mean,
Pretty
it's pretty
straightforward.
much it pretty much gets to the point. I
He
mean,
just
how could
wanted
you
to say it
that?
another way.
Yeah, how could you say that better?
You shall not have freedom, thus screweth yourself.
You shall
Something
not
like that.
pass.
And if we
Yeah.
forgive them, it's just we don't have to trust them ever again. It's like a lot of the things that
Yeah, I
happened during
can
the
forgive
pandemic.
him.
I don't trust a lot of people now.
Yeah, but I'm never going to vote for this guy.
Right.
Oh, well, he's not. He's never run
He's
for
smart.
office anyway.
He's retired. He's just going to make a crappy movie every once in a great
I think
while.
that's what it is. He's trying now to probably who knows. Probably maybe he's not getting the viewership on his latest
because of his gray
Foo
ass
Bar
beard and his
show.
dark hair, man.
Or he's
Tell me you don't
apologizing
die
because he
of
wants
that.
to run for president.
How come
Oh,
he
he'll
has
never do
dark hair but
I don't think
gray
he can,
eyebrows
can he?
and gray beard?
That's genetics, man.
It's
Yeah,
something.
it's the weightlifting.
Genetic dye.
Yeah.
Screw your free. Do we have the clip?
Screw your freedom.
Didn't we have the- didn't we
ready?
have the
Ready?
clip?
Take him
Here it
for
is.
Oh, do we?
Here we go.
Ready?
Screw your freedom.
Oh man, he sounds good. Yeah.
I have to find it.
Oh, no.
Okay, let's do this one really quick, and then we got to move into some big news.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Have you guys heard about the Green Olympics?
No.
No, I haven't.
This is great. So the Paris Olympics are the greenest Olympics they've ever had. They're so green that in order to keep them green, they have not put any air conditioners in any of the buildings, any of the villaging rooms, which reduces the carbon footprint by 30%. Here's the problem. It's going to be hot.
Uh-huh.
So instead of actually reducing green emissions, the United States, the Germans, the Australians, a whole bunch of people and others, I forget who, are all flying in air conditioners, having them installed in their rooms, and then taking them out at the end of the Olympics.
What?
Thus, making them the exact opposite. But they are so proud to call it the greenest Olympics yet.
Wow.
So that's cool.
So it's just more virtue signaling.
Yeah, the greenest Olympics, and actually what's happening is they say we're going to half the games-related carbon footprint because of this.
Bull crap.
It would
Wrong.
be like BrewFest saying, hey, we're going to have the driest non-alcoholic BrewFest ever. We're not going to supply alcohol, but we're going to have all these vendors come in and supply the alcohol.
Right.
Yeah.
Yay.
But it's actually worse because this time we're actually having to fly everything in. Like, it's so dumb.
Yeah, so that's a
So
bigger
they're
carbon footprint.
so they're flying them in, so that's a bigger footprint.
And then they're getting them installed,
and then installed,
And
and
then
then uninstalling them and flying them back,
flying them back or burning them or something.
Or just tossing them aside.
Right.
Yeah.
sending them to China and burn them. That's
Some-
what everybody
some
seems to do.
French guy.
And they
Yeah.
call it green. Yeah.
There it is, the greenest Olympics.
Yeah, like the batteries for Teslas. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, that just doesn't
Isn't that
surprise
cool?
me. Like I say, it's just all virtue signaling crap. They always do this every single
time.
Every time. Oh, we're doing this and we're doing that.
Yeah.
I guess that goes along with their. So they're going to have non-air conditioned rooms and there are no sex beds.
Yep.
In the Olympics because they don't want any of the.
But you know what they do?
What's the
fraternizing
point in
on.
going then, you know? Really.
Right.
You train 4 years to go to the Olympics and they take out the sex beds. Damn.
But you don't need those because people just do planks.
Yeah,
You just
there
they
you
have
go.
big
'Cause they're
beds on
fit.
top of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are they
So they
using-
fly in their own beds on top of these no sex plank beds.
No, the plank people are doing planks and they act like tables, like beds.
Oh!
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see what you're saying. Yeah.
Because they're Olympians.
They're so fit.
tough. Yeah.
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 Okay. Green Olympics. Do you want to talk about these robot cooks really quick, or should we go right into the debate?
Robot cooks.
Let's
do
just,
robot cooks.
Oh, you want to do robot cooks?
Yeah. it sounds
This was just a quick story.
Wait, time out. This is important.
Oh.
This is called Eric Reads the Headlines About Robot Cooks in California Fast Food Restaurants.
Go, Eric.
Well, pretty much, yeah. Mr. Knobs just read the headlines.
Okay, next story.
Yeah, you guys get the idea. Anyway, yeah. So basically, we've talked about the story many, many times. I just thought it was funny. They had this video. This is a video. There was the basic story of this is that this company. What was the name of this company?
It doesn't tell you.
No, there is a name. I think it was it Miso or something? I don't know. But anyway, there's a name of a company that basically is setting up these fast food robots. We've talked about this many times. They're getting
and
ready.
they say inside the first robotic fast food robot.
Yeah.
It's not the first. McDonald's and other places have already had them.
This video, you'll probably put in the show notes.
Here we go.
Classic, but the workers may be the future. Cali Express touts itself as the
Cali
world's
Express.
first fully autonomous restaurant.
Okay, you're gonna help me get Wally to make me a burger, is that right?
From facial recognition as you order
So go ahead and put in your order.
Okay. So we'll do the burger with
Oh, your social
everything.
score is
too
and
low.
some
You
raw
get
onion,
nothing.
of course.
She's ordering at a kiosk.
to the robot chefs behind the
Which they
counter.
already have,
Almost
kiosks.
everything here is made by machines.
They got a big
The
arm
fries
like in a
by
car
robot
factory.
called
Yeah.
Flippy.
Flippy is using his robot arm to grab a basket. He's going to bring it over here to this freezer, and we'll dispense an order of fries into it. Because a robot arm is just a robot arm. But the secret sauce here is the AI that really powers it.
And for
AI,
the
it's gonna
main
take over the
course,
world and
there's
strangle
the
you.
burger bot, grinding the meat fresh, forming patties, and grilling to order.
As it spins around and as it gets to the end, it'll scoop it up and it'll dump it into this bucket.
Oh, yum.
Major
Oh,
chains are
great.
already starting to bite into AI and automation. Wendy's experimenting with AI-powered drive-thrus.
Welcome to Wendy's. What would you like?
Salad chain Sweetgreen has salads rotating through
Oh my gosh.
automation. Chipotle even has robots building its burrito bowls.
I'm hungry.
What would you say to people that say, listen, this is taking away jobs?
Restaurants have a really hard time finding workers, and it costs them a lot to have those workers. So you want to be very thoughtful about where you put those workers, because working the fry station is a pretty undesirable job. It's dangerous. You burn your arm.
Automation will likely eliminate some jobs. That
Robot
may
arm.
be inevitable. They didn't choose that it's 30%.
But Brian Justy, who researches labor practices at UCLA, warns an all-robot kitchen may not be on the menu anytime soon.
Wow.
I think there's a kind of significant smoke and mirrors trick happening here where you get claims of full automation.
Because even at what they call the world's first fully autonomous restaurant, there's Genoveva.
The robot helps me out a lot, and then I help the robot in turn.
She makes these burgers whole, adding toppings and, of course, the bun. Something these robots haven't quite mastered yet.
All right, let's try this.
Oh, yeah. It's going to taste like a burger.
I've never eaten a burger in my life. Oh, that's good.
Not bad.
Think about that poor girl.
I bet she spit it out right after she ate bit
that
it.
girl
she's so
Genoveva's like, yeah, I helped them. And then it goes, they haven't fully mastered her job yet.
Right.
Yet.
And she's like, yeah, I'm so happy I'm making $20 an hour right now.
I help the robot, and the robot helps me.
That's the whole thing. I mean, we had this $20 an hour thing in California, and they're talking about, we don't have workers. Yeah, you don't have workers because these places aren't hiring. What, Max, I should have looked this up too. What I've seen, like on X and everything else, I've seen all these restaurants, these people that post up all these restaurants closing. I mean, hundreds of different restaurants, especially fast food, that are closing all over the place now, especially in California. So yeah, I mean, there's no restaurants, there's no jobs anyway. So what do you mean people aren't? There's not enough workers. This makes no sense.
I think what he meant by that was there's nobody that he wants to pay $20 an hour for that
exactly.
job.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And
I don't. And that's the thing. I mean, it goes. We've talked about this. The market should, dictate the price. It shouldn't be the government.
Right.
When you have the government dictating the price, then the market's going to say, or the company, the business is going to say, all right, screw you. We're just going to find either another way or we're going to close.
Right.
And that's what they're doing.
So really quick, we're going to move into this. We've got a couple minutes. We're going to keep it kind of short just because there's so much.
Oh, wow, we're up against it right now.
Did you guys watch the debate?
Oh, yes.
So here's something. So Joe Biden's, if you guys haven't watched the debate, I encourage you to actually, don't listen to it. I'd encourage you to watch it because it is important. And I'm going to try to keep this not apolitical, but this is not based off of political beliefs. This is just based off of me as an American who would be concerned that this person is running our country because this is where my children live and it's frightening. Watch the debate. And it didn't come as a surprise to me, honestly, because that's how I expected it to go.
Yes.
But what blew my mind was how so many people in the media are freaking out about that debate, as if they didn't know that President Biden was that cognitively impaired. And then I realized, I started looking into this. I was like, why? And I then found out, because I don't follow like the White House press and the spin, is that they have been saying for a long time that the videos that I have seen of Biden, they've been saying those are deep fakes.
Cheap fakes.
So I didn't understand that there are millions of people who for the first time realized, that's how, it blew my mind. Like, I didn't realize that people have thought that all the videos I saw, they thought those were fake this whole time. And that's concerning to me. But if you haven't watched the debate, I'm just going to give you this. Keep in mind the media, how much they have been saying. They said, I don't know if you've seen the clip. Joe Scarborough just 2 months ago was like, he's the sharpest he's ever been.
Sharp as a tack.
Sharp as a tack.
Here is loaded up on cocaine. Yeah.
Yes. Here is the headlines from. This is all left-wing.
Sharp
media.
as a tack that's been run over by a semi about 500 times.
New York Times. Is Biden too old? America got its answer. We got. Let me go here. Voters say they were concerned about Biden after debate. I was Biden. It became very clear what happened. This was not his best effort. Biden's debate performance has Democrats panicking. Politico, Dems freak out over Biden's debate. Biden is toast.
He's toast.
It is really bad.
Okay, and here's the deal. I'm going to say this.
People on The View are calling for a replacement.
The View.
Well, hey, we got to. Whoopi wants a
House
replacement.
Democrats begin to openly admit sense of doom over Biden's horrible debate. Like, these are not right-wing news sources.
No, but here's the deal. These are guys that are covering their own butts. They cannot cover for this guy anymore. And if people that probably are listening to our show aren't watching mainstream news, in all honesty, but if people are just watching mainstream news for their information, I would be so pissed at the news for not telling me the truth about him, because they have been covering for so long, and you can't tell me just overnight that they knew. Of course they knew, and they've been covering, and now they can't hide it. And so what did they do? Well, I didn't know. I've never seen this before.
It's
amazing.
Shocked. Did people really not expect this? These headlines are blowing my mind. Business Insider: Biden's debate with Trump was a total disaster. Washington Post: this disastrous debate performance. Time Magazine: Biden calls for Biden to step aside or about to get deafening. The New Yorker: the debate was the beginning of the end of Joe Biden's presidency. I'm like, how is this a shock to people?
How many times does this guy have to poop his pants in public?
Oh, I know, right?
Did you hear the gurgling at the debate?
I don't understand.
Did you hear that?
I don't. Yes.
The mic picked it up and it was like, uh-oh.
I don't understand how people, they've literally been thinking this was all fake. Is that a real? People have thought all the videos I've been watching.
What do they call that? What's the term? I forgot. What's the term when people... not a suspension of disbelief, but it's isn't there another term where people want things to be the way they are and they don't hook into reality?
I don't even. White House says Joe Biden is a victim of cheap fakes. They've been saying that his videos, this is the White House, that they're edited and reliant on, they're less sophisticated than deep fakes, but very effective.
Yeah.
Corinne Jean-Pierre said Biden videos are deep fakes. Don't believe your lying eyes. That's from our White House press secretary.
Well, maybe this was a mask-off moment for those people that still believe the mainstream because,
wow,
how could they hide it now? And they know that these people have been lying to them the whole time.
Can you imagine that she has been saying that these are deep fakes?
Yeah.
She's got great hair, though.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's bouncy,
I didn't realize that
hair.
people believe... Anyways, I don't even know... There's so much to unpack about it. I'm just going to say, watch it. If you haven't watched it, it's worth an hour.
Yeah, and if it were any other country, they would be in the streets rioting. But in America, we don't riot.
Right, they would.
Yeah.
People would be, it would be a
demanding.
coup to get back our country. It was frightening. Honestly, I don't I would, at this point, I would,
when Reagan was having
please step in.
Yeah, when Reagan was having...
I was just going to say
that. Oh, my God,
It's better than what's happening now.
Yeah, when Reagan was having his issues, they covered it really well. And they stepped up. Nancy stepped up. A lot of people helped hide it. With him, though, like you said, it was a total mask-off moment where you saw him for what he is normally.
Right.
Yeah.
It was frightening.
Yeah,
it was frightening.
They couldn't, and here's I think that they've juiced the guy so much that they burned him out. He can't, unless they have several Bidens that they talk about. There's several Bidens they use.
Oh, yeah.
But they've juiced Biden so much that they've fried him. They've literally fried him, and it doesn't matter what they put in him now. He can't. He's just going to malfunction every time. And yeah, I think it was a shock. It wasn't a shock for me. I think it was a shock for a lot of people. But the mainstream news, I keep going back to that. These guys crack me up. Now they're oh my gosh, all of a sudden they're clutching their pearls when they've known the whole time and they've covered for this guy and they've covered for the administration, and it's sickening.
And you could totally tell when he's juiced, man. He's just
and I was going to say, going back to Reagan, remember everybody was talking about Reagan was in his 60s, I think, right?
Yeah.
When he was having his problem. Yeah. But remember people like, oh, he's got his finger on the button. That was the big thing. He's going to start a nuclear war. Remember that? It was the big hype that he was just one day going to go crazy and just hit the button. And we've literally got a guy who doesn't even know where he's at.
Dude, legitimately.
And I mean, he could literally, I don't think he's in charge. I don't think it would really happen. But I mean, you could say that, yeah, this guy could.
It's frightening.
Actually start a nuclear war. He's going to, yeah.
The thing that's not even, the thing that worries me isn't starting a war. What worries me is, I don't know if you guys know how much about, they call it the football, right? How this all works.
Atomic football.
Is that if something is happening, let's say we're about to get attacked. You have, right at this point, I don't know if you guys know, it would take 7 minutes for a nuclear missile to reach us at this point from the nearest ones. 7 minutes.
Okay.
So you have 7 minutes to make a decision of what to do.
That's coming over the Arctic Circle.
In those 7 minutes, that man is literally is the only one, because he has half the codes, to be able to say, okay, we're either going to shoot it down. Where do we shoot it down? And they're going to say, okay, well, President, if you shoot it down here, it's gonna kill X amount of people. If you shoot it over here, we have these things you're gonna, it's gonna the radiation's gonna go over here. Maybe that radiation's gonna blow into Mexico, in which case they would find that as an attack. You have 7 minutes to make those decisions. It's like you need to be sharp, and you need to understand what's happening. It's not good.
I really, in all honesty, though, Johnny, I really don't think that he's in control anyway. In the sense of that, I don't think he would be the one making the call anyway. To be honest, and I'm not saying that I'm not saying that.
You're right.
And I'm not saying that to make people feel better. I'm just saying that it's. But I'm just
saying, who is
saying,
making the call? Some unelected person. But I do want to say this is the
somebody
other
having
thing,
a third term possibly.
Is that the thing that makes me even more scared? Is that I don't know if you guys know how this debate happened. This wasn't. So every debate for like the last 40 years, I think this is in the 70s, I believe, has been done by the Commission on Presidential Debates.
Yes.
It's a non-partisan group in theory, but they plan it. They make sure that nothing is rigged. They make sure the questions are new for everybody. This debate was planned by Biden and his team.
Ooh.
They bypassed the Presidential Committee on Debates, which means he knew the questions in advance.
Sure.
Which means this wasn't a normal debate. He was prepped. This was him having been prepped.
Yeah.
Which means this was him at his very best with knowledge of the questions and what he was supposed to say. And he still was like that. That is frightening.
Yeah.
The very fact that they had to bypass the actual real debate commissions.
I'm not going to get into the Biden family and what they've done.
You're right.
But I will say this, just in general, what they're doing, propping this guy up now, this definitely is some kind of abuse, I think, in my opinion.
100%.
Because, they're throwing him out there. Did you see Jill after that when they had her little rally after it? And
At the Waffle House?
And you're like,
She's the best. He knew all the facts. Yay!
Like a little child.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen this?
Have you seen this, Stu?
No.
So this is the wife. This is the weirdest freaking video,
This is after the debate. They always have like an after party type thing, right? So they get together.
Where's the best video? Is this a good one? Let me see.
Or if the Democrats put in a decent candidate there.
It's up on stage. You can see it'll have a blue background. No, it's not showing it here. It'll have a blue right here. This one right here. Yeah. This one. Try this. Where's the sound? There we go.
I can't thank you all enough for staying and for being here and for all your support.
Look at this.
I hope this is it.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts.
Can you imagine?
And he's like, where am
Let
I?
me ask the crowd, what
Who are these
did
people?
Trump do? Why?
Look at him. You did such a great job. The president.
He doesn't even know where he's at.
Look at him.
Yeah, he looks
You
confused.
did such a great job. You answered all the questions and you knew. That's what you say to a child.
Yeah.
And he's smiling as that video is frightening.
Yeah, but he's standing there like he doesn't know where he is. His hands are in front of him, clasped in front of him.
He doesn't.
He's
He doesn't know where
confused.
he
You
is.
can tell he's visibly confused. Any other candidate would be, playing off of it, moving around, but he's just like, who is this woman?
They
and
didn't
why is she
show-
yelling at me?
Legitimately frightening, guys.
They didn't show this at the end, but if you look, there's video of, and you've probably seen it, Johnny, there's video of them walking off the stage after the debate. And you got Trump who just walks off, goes over to his team, and you've got Jill has to come up and literally grab him and lead him down the stairs.
Well, did you
It's
see
elder abuse. You're
Did you
right.
see Obama help lead him off the stage the other day?
Oh, yeah.
Well, watch this video really quick. This is him. Look it.
So this
We're
is
watching
she
a
has to
video
come
really
up.
quick.
So Trump's like, okay,
Exiting
I'm
towards
done.
his
I'm
debate's
out of here.
Debate's done. They run on
Walking
stage.
with a swagger.
So he's just walking off.
Look
And
at they
she's
have
holding his
look at they
hand.
have to help him. They show him. Look at these people. Watch the stairs.
Here's a step.
Watch the steps.
Here's a step.
There's multiple
And he gets
people.
Sideways. Oh man.
Multiple
Yeah.
people.
And he's going slow.
Yeah.
I didn't think of this before, but you're right. It's elder abuse.
It's abuse.
It's just, he let the guy retire and quit holding him up as a
But
figurehead.
it shows you what that power is so addicting, and these people don't want to let it go.
Right, I know, because it's
Oh
like
my God,
that other
it's
guy
frightening.
in Congress they would hold up and he would reboot in public.
Yes,
and they
McConnell.
would use, McConnell.
Frightening.
They
Oh,
would
yeah.
use him for his power structure that
Yes.
he's accumulated, and all the people who rallied around him in the past.
Let-
And it's just like, let these old politicians retire with dignity.
Okay, let me ask you this: opinion
Okay.
time. Do you think that they will replace Biden before the election, or are they going to have to
I
stick
hope
with him?
so.
I think. Well, I know. This is what I think is going to happen. I don't know, but the very fact that the media all at once, and I say all at once, I mean every single mainstream media now is calling for a replacement. I've been thinking through this. It's that maybe that was part of the plan.
Sure.
Is that the plan was let him go up there because
Yeah.
they knew he was bad. Let him go up, and then we're gonna everybody see it. We're gonna call for a replacement, and then they're going to replace him either by probably a couple of versions. One is is the 25th Amendment where you can replace the president nominee.
Yeah.
There's that.
Which they say the Republicans may not go along with and say, well, no, he's good.
Right,
You
which
guys-
would be, that's what I would do.
Okay, go ahead.
But the thing that I believe is probably going to happen is they're just going to threaten him like this. Hey, it would be a shame if your son went to prison and all the facts came out about you. It would be a really big shame if we found out all the money that you've been getting. If
we ruin your legacy.
Yes, if we ruin your, if
have
all
to
the stuff we've
confiscate
been
everything.
hiding, if all the stuff we've been hiding about you came out,
You'd be in jail with
and
Cosby.
the pressure would be against really him and Jill Biden. Jill, really, I think.
Yeah.
It'd be a really big bummer if all the facts came out and we backed up them, told them they were true, and then they would replace him. I think that's probably what's going to happen. He will gracefully step down and save his legacy. That's probably the way I think it's going to happen.
Or you have to factor in what the country runs off, which is ridiculousness.
Right.
So in ridiculousness, they would have him run, and he might win, and then he'd be
This
like a
is
good
true.
puppet president for whoever's doing the real power.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I don't. He's getting to the point now where
Everybody
I don't-
knows it.
I don't know if
That's the
if they
problem.
could even maintain him
It was
anymore.
fun. They hit it for a while. I think at this point they're going, okay, we can no longer hide it. So what do we do?
Right.
The only thing that I've been trying to figure out is remember that he is the official candidate.
Yeah.
Which means that ballots are already. Would they even have time to the election's in 100 days?
Oh man.
The
Well, I'm sure-
Democratic election is in. We officially
30 days is the convention.
30 days of the convention.
From
I don't think
the
there's enough
debate.
time to. I mean, I don't even know what would happen. There'd
Well,
have to be something.
I'm sure there's probably some provisions where extenuating circumstances they could throw somebody in there, but
Or they do something where they say, they tell everybody, hey, he's going to run, but as soon as he wins, he's stepping down. I don't know.
yeah. But then I mean, do you think
why go for
Kamala is gonna?
No,
you know,
I hope not. Jesus.
I mean, she would be the.
She'll
next
just be
in line.
another puppet. They'll just be like, come on, here's. I mean,
Yeah,
it
but
would be another
she's-
matter.
She's already dumb out of the box, though.
Right,
you
but
know?
it
It's
wouldn't
like,
matter.
my
It
God.
would just be like, hey, they would just be another person. they
Because
could-
originally that's what they said that's why Biden picked her. I mean, the political analysts said that was a reason is because people disliked her more than they disliked Biden, so that it was kind of a buffer that they couldn't get rid of him, right? But now it looks like I don't know. I mean, it could. I know Gavin was there at the debates. They talked to him.
He was
I
the
will tell
quote
you
surrogate.
something. Did you see though? Here's what I want. If Gavin ever runs, I'm gonna make this announcement right now. If Gavin ever runs for anything ever again, we need to have Adam Carolla. Did you see Adam Carolla?
Love Adam.
He lays every time he gets a chance to go at Gavin. He gets under
He's
his
leaving
skin
California finally,
because he asked him. He doesn't let him give the BS answers. And I want Adam Carolla to do all the questions to Gavin from now on. Every time there's anything that he's going to run for.
Yeah,
is Adam Carolla really leaving?
Carolla's leaving. He's moving his entire studio out of California finally.
Oh my gosh! Are
Gone.
you kidding
Yeah,
me?
Yep. He's all gone. His entire production studio.
No.
Carolla One
Where's
Studios,
he going?
Texas, I believe. Yeah.
Another one bites the dust in California.
Wow.
Yeah. It's kind of a
Is it that time?
that time.
It's that
Our
time.
band is playing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thank you for playing us out.
Hold on.
What do you got here?
Ready? Hold on. We got a very important message right here.
Okay. Oh, do it one more time. Do it one more
One
time.
more time in case you didn't hear it.
Screw your
Oh,
there we
my
go.
goodness.
You better apologize.
Happy 4th of July.
Never forget.
Screw your freedom with their fireworks.
Guys, thank you for joining us live, not from BrewFest. We
Not from
appreciate it.
BrewFest.
This is our big, epic 200th episode.
Yes.
It was epic.
It was epic.
We got burned
Guys,
out.
thank you so
In
much.
complete no focus style.
Guys, I really enjoy seeing you guys all.
Yeah.
God, I miss it. It's
So
fun.
good to be around the knobs.
Let's never leave the studio.
Let's never leave. We're gonna live. It's like we're like a Truman Show style thing. Anyways, guys, join us on Discord.
Yes,
I
please.
do want to find out if people use WhatsApp or Discord more. Let me know on Discord.
Do it, Don. Do it, Don's poll.
Yeah, do it on poll. So, anyways, find out. Let me know what you guys think, and remember, listen to the show, spread it. We got to get back up there, and then the rankings again. In the meantime, also listen to PTI Podcast.
Thank you.
There's a
yes.
link in the show notes at nofocusradio.com.
Entertainment
Everything we
podcast.
talked about is on our show notes. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining. We love you all.
And remember,
Except
one
for you.
important
We
thing.
don't like you.
Hakta!